Good morning, good evening, and good day. Thank you so much for watching Attack Power Gaming. With Season 9 of League coming up soon, I decided it was time to try to get through the rest of the Season 8 finals. They've been very exciting to watch, and today we have Stardekk versus Walmart Gonzo here in the Division 4 final. If you guys enjoy this content, hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. It really helps the channel out a lot, and you get better at Steel Division 2. Let's dive right in. So here we are on Krupa today. Definitely not a common map choice to find. And Stardekk here's on 7th Mechanized Corps with the Maverick income. And over Walmart Gonzo here has the 8th Indian Infantry also on Maverick. So we have allies on Allied here with two... I would say 8th Indian's pretty common. 7th Mech, I think, is a little less common. In terms of these divisions, I'm not a huge fan of 7th myself. I'm not saying it's bad. Definitely isn't. To me, it's just very, very one-dimensional. It's T-34 spam, Soviet infantry, a couple good bombers. I just don't find it fun to play, personally. And that is completely personal. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's definitely not a division I enjoy playing in any particular way. 8th Indian Infantry... If I have to play a Commonwealth division, this is definitely one that I would pick. It's very solid. It's got some very strong aspects to it. You know, rifles just make me very, very sad personally. If I had to pick which one of these was the stronger division, I would definitely go with 8th Indian. But definitely, if leveraged correctly, 7th can have a lot of punch power. It can really drive through a lot here. So we'll see how these opening pushes go. Walmart up here with a lot of troops looking to push this very common area up north, while on the flip side, Stardekk down here south also trying to push this very common side here. It's very common for red to try to push this blue flag, and it's common for both players to try to push the opposite side, though it's definitely more common for blue to try to get over here. It's a little easier because you're kind of like shielded from their reinforcement point here in this spot, like so you can't like just post stuff up. On the other hand, you can kind of cut off this bridge from the other side. It's PTRS trying to get into position here. Now do remember this, down it goes. Double sniper, very good call in there with the double Indian scout. Hopping down south, don't want to miss anything here. Oh, wow. These Ogden Mashiki just flying through. Does get out in time. Is going to get wiped out, I would think, by this defense group in Piats. The Ogden Mashiki, though, does get the smoke down, and that's the key here. Up north again, Walmart here has taken a really nice position with these Indian assault pioneers. These guys can be quite efficient at only 15 points. I mean, they're the same price as usual flamethrowers, but they have 2 more men. Although, truthfully, health-wise, I think it's actually the same. Piat actually gets a kill here, killing one of those Tenko Desanikis, but now that they're out and about, these guys are definitely going to be very dangerous in range of all these troops here. Should be able to eat up most of this infantry, I would think. Although this autocar here definitely supplying some good support. Up north, so much going on here. Bomber, PE2, this is one of the best units of 7th Mechanized, are these extremely dangerous Russian bombers. Just so efficient and so deadly. Down south, we continue to push. Those are dropping off some recon infantry here. The infantry, though, getting wiped out. Walmart's infantry here getting wiped out by Stardekk's Soviet troops. Some Gurkha rifles coming in. These guys are actually very good. Those units are very strong. Up north, a Sherman 5 coming in, taking on this KV-1. In terms of stats here, KV-1 should definitely win out. I don't know why he's retreating. I mean, at this range, that seemed a little too cautious, I will say. But Stardekk making some good progress down south. His troops kind of held up, but with these guys out in the open, they should be able to hold it off. Although here comes the Boston. These guys can be quite dangerous. He does have a 25 mil. 25 mils are great, but definitely not strong enough to stop a Boston from dropping bomb load. But he does retreat in plenty of time. He has captured his flag back to a 12-12 because Walmart is currently holding this blue flag up here and has a very strong position in this spot. Although one good bombing run will definitely wipe out most of these. Stardekk definitely needs to start getting some reinforcement here. Strelky SVT moving in, and that should definitely help. These half-tracks are... That half-track's going to help a lot. Down south, Oh, no, it's not double SU-85. I thought it was. It's SU-152 and an SU-85. So really kind of covering all angles there. That SU-152 can easily chunk all these infantry, and the SU-85 does outrange and outgun the Sherman, so it should be able to beat that at range. Sherman pushing over this. I'm still not sure about this really passive play with the KV-1. It only has 90 mils of penetration and 95 front armor, so it should be essentially safe. Yes, it's still, the Sherman can still pen it randomly, you know, luck and all that good stuff, but not overwhelmingly. PTRS going, taking a hit here. Oh, the Agamashiki do get out in time. Lucky them. No, these SUs in a nice position, basically cutting off. Now, here comes the 17-pounder, though. This is definitely the swing factor. SU-152, though, can definitely take it out. Let's see if that 17-pounder gets the accuracy it does whenever it plays against me. We'll find out. Stardekk, though, with a 13-11 currently. Strelke SVT pushing forward. This could be dangerous. If they can take out this 17-pounder, that would be huge. Because this is really Walmart's only way to get back into this southern area, is killing off some of this armor. Because all 8th Indian has are Shermans, and they're not going to beat this SU-85 that's floating around here, and this KV-1S, I mean, certainly. Still has a nice, strong position up north here. I'm not sure where this Maxim is going, to be honest with you. He threw him in the forest. I mean, that's natural. That's where I would put him, too, if I just had it, if I didn't know what was going on. M2A1 sneaking up here. Should see this thing. Oh, it doesn't really have recon, though. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, and the 17-pounder, of course, can see it. So down it will go. There goes M2A1. Definitely unfortunate. Does get the attack beat on that. I'm assuming a PE2 is coming in here momentarily. 25 mil coming in up north. Have we seen any air out of Walmart yet? I don't think so. So it seems like a little bit of an odd call-in. At this range, Strelke SVT should do just fine. Oh, 17-pounder in range of something. Oh, the SU-152 does take a shot, though. The SU-85 is helping. Oh, there it is. It misses. And here comes that P2 we talked about. SU-85 trying to help out. Ooh. Then down it goes. Oh, it missed again. Oh, it's functioning the way 17-pounders function for me. Oh, there it goes. Just terrible. When 17-pounders are bad, they're horrible. It's so painful to watch. When they're good, it's also painful, just in the other way. Strelke SVT taking this forest for now. Saperty will come in and definitely help lock that down. The Sherman in an odd position. If it moves up, you know, an inch, it now can actually, like, see stuff. And can engage. Like, it can pen this SU-85, I would think. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Oh my god, yeah. Most definitely. SU-85, obviously, with a better chance, but... These Indian scouts are really quite strong. A 4-man scout team. Oh, and the off map. There it is. This is a 140 mil off map. It's a good off map. It's not like amazing, but it's good. But this push down south has developed really nicely here for Stardekk, with a 14-10 from capturing these two flags. SU-85 spotting that Sherman. Unfortunately, Sherman has no eyes. There's nothing here to spot for it, so it's just getting shot and still doesn't see it. SU-85 takes out that Sherman. That's a pretty big loss. This is not where you want the Saperty to be fighting here. Obviously, you want them within 100 meters to, like, throw the grenade. TNT, technically. Ooh, SVT get in, though. This is nice. They have the cover bonus, and they will really quickly chunk these Gurkhas, and that leaves the Saperty free to try to kill the 17-pounder. You only get 2 of these with 1 card in Phase A. P2 Recon coming in. Boston, though, is going to swing this back pretty definitively, I'd think. Oh, ow, ooh, ooh, ow. Well, actually, it really just didn't do much. The only issue with the Boston is the bombs drop in a really wide pattern. So that can happen where they just don't actually do very much damage, even though their bomb load is quite heavy. Sherman 5 holding the road here. Again, at this range, the Sherman does have a good chance to randomly pen. Even though it shouldn't be able to, it will at those kind of, like, close numbers. Stardekk's really built up quite a defense here. It's going to be really tough for Walmart to get him out of this position here. A single 17-pounder isn't going to fix it, especially with these assault guns now in position. Like 2 of them, they will immediately kill this 17 pounder, and this PE3 is going to spot for it very fast here. And these assault guns might get some shots on soon here. Up north, Strelka DP against these Gurkha rifles. Not a great matchup. Here comes the Boston again. A single 25 mil is not enough to stop these Bostons. If he's going to call an AA, he really kind of needs to just call in 2 of them. Sherman getting frisky here. Here comes some Su-76 fire. At this range, it should do okay. Ognamachiki dodging out, but the Sherman's there, and that thing's just going to lay into this. KV-1S still sitting back. Very, very... Oh, here we go, here we go. Getting in there, finally. Let's see if it can make a difference. It needs to turn that front armor. Oh, gets the pen, but also takes a penetration itself because that front armor wasn't all the way there. Very important that he gets in a good supporting position. Now, if he backs up at all, this autocar is going to start taking shots at him. That thing can pen. Not at long range, but it can. The assault guns doing what they need to do. This is a very nice mix from Stardekk. It's really hard to counter this now because any HE stuff will basically die to the Su-152. Any AT stuff will die to the assault guns. So 8th doesn't have a lot of answers to this situation here. P2 up north coming in to, I assume, hit these Gurkhas, although it looks like it's going to miss. No, oh no, it didn't miss at all. KV-1S back in position to support these. Very nice, doing that reverse to keep that front armor facing forward. 45 mil, Heart. I do love them. 25 mil, taking, gonna chunk these pretty good. Yeah, these 25 mils can do a lot of ground damage, especially to small infantry squads like this. Another PE2 coming in. Stardekk definitely making use of this very strong unit out of 7th. This is legitimately one of the best units in this deck. Going after the off-map? Oh, the PE3. I was like, how did he see that? Wow, I think he only got 1 charge out of that. I might have missed a charge. Wow. Walmart's got nothing down south. Stardekk just absolutely tearing through his troops. It shouldn't go all the way back. If he drives a unit up here, obviously he might capture that reinforcement point. That's really aggressive. You don't see that very often in a 1v1. Obviously, Walmart's trying to push his advantage. He has captured 2 flags, keeping it to a nice 13-11. So despite this down here, it's not like he's way behind. We now entered Phase B, so both players getting their piles of income now. We see that Walmart here has brought the field engineers in B, which is really common nowadays. You get 18 of them, so it's just like a flood of these small 15-point units. Rifles Piat versus the SVTs. Rifles are just so bad. It's just awful. They should win out because, again, it's the green cover versus not green cover, but even in this, they're not winning as decisively as I feel like they should be. M2A1 needs to literally move up an inch to get involved. There we go. Fortunately, obviously, the micro wasn't there because he was doing something else. Field engineers pouring in. They should be able to hold this forest, I would think. Oh, but the armor now is getting into it. I would have to think Walmart has more 17-pounders. If he only brought the 1 card in A, he only had 2. That seems very light. 17-pounders being one of the best units in the Commonwealth. Just a 2,000-meter kill your unit AT gun. M2A1 trying to push those rifles Piat back, doing a good job microing back and forth to stay out of Piat range. Piats kind of suck because that 200-meter range, I know it sounds like not much compared to 250 on Panzerschrecks and stuff, but in practice, it's ridiculous, the difference. I don't know why, but it just feels like a massive difference in range. Avtomachiki in here. Should be able to easily kill those rifles, especially not the Su-76, pin them down. Strelka DP out firing the Gurkhas. Of course, they're in cover. Gurkhas are not. I can't say enough, guys, how the difference that a cover differential makes. When there's a difference in cover, it's overwhelming. P2's coming in and just wrecking stuff. It's amazing. I've seen no fighters at all out of 8th Indian. You know, Spitfires would be common. Finally, a 40 mil Beaufort here to stop the absolute punishment that the P2's been laying down. Another 17 pounder. So we do have at least 1 more card. Looks like that Su-85 is going to go down here. Down it goes. It's got another target already. Oh, this other Su-85, but it does manage to get out of range in time. Sherman's... Oh, these Hurricanes are actually quite good. I want to see what the actual pen is. Only 80 mils a pen, but they seem to kill stuff. They really do. All you gotta do is get them on the side of something. They will easily chunk through it. Yeah, Hurricane, a very solid AT unit, actually. I feel like it's just been a constant flow of PE2s. They just reload so quickly. And I do think Stardekk has bought several of them. Probably 3 or 4 by now, at least. Wow, nice bombing run. Ooh, that was a kick in the you-know-what's there. 25 mil, trying to hold off this Hurricane, not really enough. Now these guys are on the side of the back of the hill here, so they should be pretty safe, at least from getting spotted. Shulky SVT, once these guys, yeah, there we go, once they calm down. Stardekk picking up the 15-9 now. He has, you know, with this recapture, he's only lost this flag, and he has actually pushed forward and grabbed these 2 flags as well. What a cheeky move. I like it. This is often a neglected flag. If you can capture this, there's no reason you can't drive down the road and just grab this one. I think it's easily forgotten that that's so easy to capture. And this M2A1 basically can't be stopped by any of these weapons here. So great play by Stardekk. They're taking advantage of that pretty significant opening. Does need to get this 25 mil forward here. Try to help the cause. Yeah, that Hurricane should be able to easily crush that M2A1. Shulky SVT, though, getting the nice, like, obviously this was already suppressed, so it had that bonus there. Making use of this SU-76 a lot, honestly. Instead of, like, counter-battering or anything, he's just going after units. I don't usually think of the SU-76 doing that because it's not a very heavy caliber, obviously, so it doesn't do a ton of damage. But if you're using it basically like a mortar, the concept is a solid one. Piot doing what Piots do. Missing. Garbage. You are garbage. I know I hate on Commonwealth Divisions hard, but it's because they're just so disappointing when I play them. Finally, a Spitfire out. And I'm sure there are some of you who play these Commonwealth Divisions very, very well. I don't. I really don't, and they make me so sad every time I play them. 70, oh, no, that's Indian Scouts shooting at that. Those are recon going down. Unfortunately, he needs those, actually, to keep these tanks with eyeballs. Piot? And it actually does the job. You know what? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time. Assault guns getting in on that Piot now. SU-152 probably having hill depression issues here. Yeah, it definitely is. Even though that doesn't really make any sense, it should be able to very easily shoot up that hill. But hey, who am I to say? Off map coming in 203. This is a deadly one. It's a big boomy. Is there anything supplying any radio here? Down here, the Karyo Razvedka. Yeah, I guess that is just in Brainville. Now, of course, the off-map. Assault Pioneers finally about to go down. Should open this up completely, although the Sherman 5 has now arrived and should be able to easily capture this, unless it just drives straight into the Strelky, which is possible. 1410, lost that 15-9, though, because of this down here. But once he clears this out, P2 failing to drop its bombs. Spitfire trying to get in here. 25 mil trying to save the P2, and the Spitfire backs off. 25 not actually putting very much pressure on because of that super high agility. Double PA2 coming in. Well, if one doesn't work, call in 2, right? 1-star 40 mil doing great work. Here comes the P2. It does get the bombs off. First one here, killing the field engineers. Very nice bombing strike there. Where's the other one going? Oh, right there. Interesting. Trying to kill that autocar. Big 203 coming in. That will wipe that out and probably give Stardekk that flag back, I would think. SU-76 leader. That's an interesting call, and don't see that unit very often. Ooh, Studebaker goes down. Interesting. I don't feel like they should have put out that much damage, but they did. I'm pretty sure also this is pre-patch. Well, it obviously is. That unit just died in the transport. So this is pre-patch from their, new transport rules. P2's coming in, trying to kill, I would assume, the Sherman, actually. Yes. No. Yeah, I guess the Sherman. It's hard to tell which one it was going for exactly. There's just so many PE2, so we've seen 4 at least. So there's at least 4 floating about. Here it comes, 203. Big booms. Oh my, look at him just get deleted. That is the small issue with these 4-man squads. Oh, Sherman 5 goes down. I told you this 203 is a deadly son of a gun. The problem with these 4-man teams is when they get hit head-on with like an arty shot or something, they die. Like, they just delete. If nothing's coming in, Stardek's got a single Strelky DP. Oh, there's some more. Okay, okay. He's following it up. He's following it up. Oh, he's just doubling down. He says, I guess it didn't fall back enough for him. Oh, ISU 122S. Yes, this is the other unicorn unit of 7th. I did forget, excuse me. The ISU 122, but that thing still dies to a 17-pounder. Oh, and he gets out just in time. Does take out that Sherman at point-blank range, though. Totally forgot this division has these. This is like their, like, super big unit. That a lot of Soviet divisions have, like, a single big Doom unit. Kind of's got his M2A1 chilling in the blast zone here. Just needs a couple good hits, and this will be basically delete zone for the rest of these infantry. There he goes. Drive, 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 drive. Zoom, 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 zoom. Surrenders those two. Ooh. And there goes Walmart's position there. Oh, my. 16-8 now to Stardekk. Things not looking great for Walmart. He's got seven minutes left at this, you know, point loss rate. P2 fails to take out the 17-pounder. I guess he just misspotted where that was. He can't move forward, though, for the time being. Vickers driving up very aggressively. Not sure what the goal here was with this. SU-152 still having hill problems. ISU-122 crawling over the hill. Not the best idea. I would assume he thinks this 17-pounder died. Sherman's no chance of petting this ISU-122. And remember, this thing does 12 damage, so it takes 1 pen for it to kill things. 17-pounder back online now. ISU-122 takes out the second Sherman. These can just be so dangerous. He needs to back it up, though. He's getting very lucky because this is a stressed out 17-pounder, but he's still not moving it. It's probably going to die here. Down it goes. Unfortunate loss there. T-34, though, our first T-34-76 is in the game, actually, which is incredible because this division is mostly made up of these. Gotta give Stardekk credit for choosing not T-34-76 units, despite this division being made up mostly of them. PD2s continue to fly. There must be 5 or 6 now, I would assume. Trying his hand again at the 17-pounder. Let's see if he can get lucky this time. I'd like to think he actually spotted. There it is. Down it goes. Now his armor is free once he decides to get aggressive with the backup north here. Walmart continues to try his best to push. I forgot this KV-1E has an actual gun on it. This is a normal KV-1 tank. Should win this out easy. Just needs to actually get a penetration here. Gurkha rifle's getting caught out. Definitely not good, especially with this T-34 chilling here. Sherman takes its first penetration. Finally notices that this is not going well. Is it going to get away in time? It bounces another shell. Will the KV-1 get... Nope, it does not. Sherman survives to fight another day. P3 flying around, totally unbothered. Now, Stardekk did lose this flag here, and it's back to a 13-11, so Walmart's fighting back. I'll give him credit, but remember, we are now in C phase. So the huge income of Maverick is over. T-34-76 basically dominating this area here. 6-pounder, though, can definitely kill it. No doubt about that. The question is, does Stardekk know about this 6-pounder? Autocar, though. Oh, Sherman gets a nice side shot. Takes out that T-34-76. Stardekk loses his 15-9 again. Now it's 6-pounders. I don't know if this... Oh, that's a big loss. He really needed that 6-pounder. The 6-pounder can kill all this stuff. Hurricane, though, coming in, trying to do the job, but the 25mm did get moved up. First burst basically does nothing, though. It's going to lose at least one thing here. It looks like... Oh, weapon jam. What a crit! What a crit! Oh, we see our first arty here, the 114-inch. These are extremely efficient. but it's a little late for that. He kind of should have called that in at like the beginning of B phase. You can get those for 80 points. They're very callable in the in A phase. 16-8 to Stardekk. He recaptured this flag here, and of course we have all these southern flags still, and Walmart losing his northern flags he fought so hard for. All this Stardekk DP needs to do is move up. We have 4 minutes left on Walmart Gonzo here. P2 coming in, I would think, to clear out these Gurkhas a little bit. And Stardekk has a couple infantry units here now. It's not just like a single guy holding it. Yeah, there he is. Wow. Man, those P2s. And the difference here again, guys, is that the P2s drop in like a cluster of bombs. It's what makes them so much better than, like, say, a Boston, which drops in a line, which dramatically reduces the deadliness of its bombs. It's just like constant P2s. Can this 25mm stop this Spitfire in time? I don't think it will. No. There we go. Finally see a P2 goes down. Well, better late than never, I guess, though it's not going to help much. Here comes these Bostons. We're just going to see the difference in effectiveness here from these Bostons when they drop. Here they come. Let's see what they do. Yeah, you can see it just doesn't actually do a lot. Despite landing good hits on some of that, it just doesn't do very much because of the huge spread of the bombs. It really sucks. It's not something you see in the stats. KV-1 taking out a Sherman. Very nice. 6-pounder, though, is there. And he gets out in time, though. Big kill there. And Walmart's just not trading well enough. 40mm stops the PE2. Is enough on its own to stop that. Walmart has built up a nice little defense here, but the problem is that doesn't recapture this flags. It just keeps him from going further. And I don't think Stardekk ever had any intention of going any further. So this defensive wall here is kind of... you need it. You can't just let the opponent just drive through. But on the flip side now, he's pouring a lot of points into this. There's not much he can do with it. If he gets too close to this flag, he opens up all this stuff down here. P2 dropping on this Gurkha. Although the Avtos... the Avtos should be able to easily take this out anyway. There we go. Still holding that 15-9. That's all he needs. And now he's got a couple tanks and stuff here up front as well. There's only a Rifles Piat to stop them. Yeah, nothing really going right here for Walmart Gonzo. T-34 with a gun jam, it's basically dead. Unless he's going to take the time to come try to repair it. Which is possible, certainly. Whole bunch of Gurkha rifles here. That 114 doing some work. Ooh. Honestly, watching these older games already makes me really like the new transport destruction changes. It is ridiculous that a couple small arms fire kills your transport, like wipes them out. It's crazy because that's how the game's been for, you know, 3-4 years now. And you don't think about it until, like, it's gone, and it's like, you know what, that was really kind of stupid. SU-122 here. Woo! It does have the heat shell. How much does that do? Does that do a 10 damage? Yeah, it does a 12 damage. All it needs to do is land, and it kills. So, very nice use of the SU-122 there. This Gurkha rifle needs to move out like a couple inches just to, like, finish this off. Walmart managing to recapture, but currently is 16-8. With only a minute remaining. SU-76 now going after this 40mm to try to stop the air cover. Might kill it here. P2 dropping. He must have spotted this Rifles Piat at some point, and that's gonna be... yeah. Ooh. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, he left the APCR on firing at a carrier. Oh, that's unfortunate. P2 gonna take out this 6-pounder. There you go. God, these things are just so good. That's the thing with these Soviet divisions. It's just, like, everything they have, it's just slightly above curve. And it's just enough that it gets there. Other players just, I mean, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. That game was over for sure. We see here Stardekk with a 2,830 kills to Walmart Gonzo's 1,835 kills. A decisive victory here for Stardekk. Congratulations to him. Look at the kill you have. P2, of course. P2, P2, P2. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4 just right there. There's 4 right there. That 203 doing some nice damage. 5. There's another one. 6. So it was 6 at least. There might have been more that just missed, but I think 6. If you take 1 in A, 1 in B, that's 6. So yeah, just great trades from there. From the other side, this Rifles Piat did some work. The Sherman did okay. I think that was down south. That's it, though. Yeah, definitely did not go Walmart Gonzo's way. I can't imagine that's how he saw that game going. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, if you're still here, please hit that like button, subscribe, consider supporting over on Patreon, check out Shopify. Thank you guys so much, and have a fantastic day.